Brother, did you buy a gift for your girlfriend on Women's Day?
Men and the endless buy. When does it stop? Men are stuck in this buy loop. When's it ever going to end? Women's Day. Gotta buy something. Valentine's Day. Gotta buy. Birthday? Buy again. Mother's Day. Buy. Even Children's Day on June 1st. You expect me to buy something for that too. All you know is buy. Do you think being a man is easy? Not only do we have to earn money to support the family, but we also have to be ready to shell out cash for gifts at any moment. My wallet's cleaner than my face, and my heart's more exhausted than the sky is vast. For the sake of this family, I've even started picking up plastic water bottles off the street. Look at the life I'm living. Buy. Well, I'm not buying anymore. What are you gonna do? Hit me.
又到女神节了。
Every holiday, the ads come flooding in. Every time a holiday rolls around, the ads hit like a tidal wave. Women's Day is here. Show your love with a gift. She needs to feel your heart. A holiday without a gift is incomplete. Let me ask you this, does love without a gift stop being love? If love is measured by how much you spend, is that kind of relationship even worth it? Here comes Women's Day again, and a friend asks, you sending a gift this year? I say, oh sure. What are you sending? A seed that's finally borne fruit. I'm sending you away, 1,000 miles from here, and don't come back. I'm exhausted, brothers. It's not about the money, it's the heartache. If someone truly cares about you, they won't keep eyeing your wallet. If you give everything you've got and all you get back is entitlement, it's time to wake up. 3 years ago, I took out a loan to buy something, and tomorrow I'll finally pay it off. Tomorrow's Women's Day? Go celebrate with some other guy. 3 years ago, I bought my ex a phone on installment. Tomorrow, I'll finish paying it off. 3 years. 3 whole years of monthly payments. She's gone, but the debt's still here, my wallet's empty, and my heart's cold. Now I don't even have money for food. Go find someone else to celebrate with. I'm done, I can't do this anymore. I used to think love was about giving your all. Now I see that the ones who demand your all don't really love you, they just want your money.
明天38节你约别的男的跟你一起。
Has Women's Day lost its meaning? Women's Day, hasn't it gone off the rails? March 8th was originally about commemorating women's fight for equal rights. It was supposed to inspire female independence and call for societal respect, not turn into a day where men spend money to prop up some goddess vanity parade. But now, it's morphed into Girls Deserve Gifts Day. The real celebration should be for women who contribute to society. The doctors, teachers, and researchers on the front lines, the mothers and sisters quietly holding it together at work and home. Instead, capitalism just wants men to foot the bill, turning the goddess economy into a business.
什么时候38妇女节居然变成了送女生礼物的节日了？
Listen up, simps. Hey, simps, listen up. Tomorrow is Women's Day, not Goddess Day. Send those red envelopes and gifts to your mom, your wife, your sister. If I catch you giving them to some random nobody, I'll track you down through the internet and slap you twice. You think sending a gift will make her swoon? Don't be naive. The flowers you send? She might just post them on social media. The bag you buy? She could turn around and give it to her favorite guy. Simps lick their way to the end and end up with nothing. Coming from humble roots isn't shameful. Being a simp is.
舔狗们，你们给我听好了哈！
Goddess Day? It's just a trap. Why do businesses rebrand Women's Day as Goddess Day? Simple. To turn men into simps who fork over cash for gifts. Back in the day, they brainwashed men with gifts equal love. Now, that trick's not working anymore. This generation of men has woken up.
今天是38妇女节。
Capitalism's panicking. Now women have to pay. Scrolling through short videos today, I noticed SK2's ads have shifted gears. They used to nudge men to buy. Now it's love yourself, buy fairy water. Why? Because brands realize guys aren't spending anymore. They're desperate. So they're targeting women to open their own wallets. But the reality? Most people can barely afford food. Who's buying fairy water? Back when someone else footed the bill, it was fine. Now they're stuck swallowing the bitter pill of consumerism themselves. Capitalism's freaking out, brothers, we've won. This Women's Day, makeup and gift box sales are tanking. Men aren't buying into the goddess economy anymore. The illusion of consumerism is crumbling. They used to guilt-trip men into thinking gifts were the standard for love. This year, that con fell apart. Guys are done being emotionally blackmailed into endless giving.
今天大家有没有刷抖音的时候
Why are more men opting out of marriage? Marriage rates have plummeted in recent years, with over 300 million people staying single. Experts say young people are too selfish, chasing personal happiness and shirking responsibility. But the truth? They're the most responsible generation yet. In the past, marriage was just something you did. Now, it's I'll only think about others once I can support myself. It's not that they don't want to marry, they're afraid to. If marriage means even more pressure, why not stay single and at least live a little lighter?
往年铺天盖地的男人必须给女人花钱的营销套路啊。
In the past, holidays like Valentine's Day and Women's Day had almost become synonymous with men must spend money on women. Through various marketing tactics, businesses normalized this consumer mindset, making it seem perfectly natural, as if the more money a man spent, the deeper his love for a woman. Every year, a barrage of advertisements and events subtly lured consumers into this must-spend trap. However, this year has seen a dramatic shift. Data from major e-commerce platforms reveals that during Valentine's Day and Women's Day in 2024, sales of beauty gift boxes dropped by 37% year-on-year, while foot traffic in luxury stores fell by 42%. This isn't just a result of an economic downturn, it reflects the collapse of a consumer fantasy. In the past, businesses used symbolic violence to package men paying for women as a quantifiable standard of love. The breakdown of this symbolic system is clear evidence of a profound shift in our society's consumption values. According to the latest data from the National Bureau of Statistics, per capita consumption expenditure among urban residents in 2024 decreased by 6.8% compared to the previous year. Spending on education and entertainment saw a cliff-like drop, plummeting by 21%. This isn't simply because people have no money, it's more about an awakening and resistance to consumerism. As philosopher Slavoj Zizek once said, when a society's ideology begins to crumble, the silent majority often chooses to stop participating in this false game, ultimately rebelling through collective silence. Today, even the so-called he-economy, marketing aimed at men, is something businesses are hesitant to touch. Data from a leading live streaming agency shows that during the 2024 Women's Day, March 8, period, orders for live stream hosts dropped sharply by 55%. This is undoubtedly a massive market shock, with consumers collectively opting out of spending as their most powerful form of resistance. What's even more noteworthy is that this shift isn't limited to material consumption, patterns of emotional consumption are undergoing a seismic change as well. In the past, the idea that men pay for love was deeply ingrained, promoted heavily by businesses. But now, this model is facing growing opposition from men. They are increasingly unwilling to accept this one-sided giving and refuse to spend unconditionally on women. All of this signals a burgeoning resistance among consumers against manipulation by capital.
As consumerism collapses, another monumental transformation is quietly unfolding, a radical shift in attitudes toward marriage and relationships. In the past, marriage was seen as a mandatory task, with many believing that settling down and starting a family was the ultimate goal of life. Today, however, more and more young people are questioning the institution of marriage, with some even choosing to forego it entirely. According to data released by the Ministry of Civil Affairs, in the first 3 quarters of 2024, the number of marriage registrations nationwide was 4.747 million couples, a decrease of 943,000 couples compared to the previous year, hitting a 40-year low. Among the 25 to 29 age group, considered prime marriageable age, half remain unmarried. Projections suggest that by the end of this year, China's single population will exceed 300 million. Behind these numbers lies a profound transformation in attitudes toward love and marriage. Experts have expressed concern about this trend, with some arguing that modern youth are too focused on personal development and happiness, leading to a lack of responsibility and commitment to marriage. I believe the opposite is true. This generation of young people is, in fact, the most responsible yet. In the past, marriage was viewed as a natural, low-cost part of life. Now, it's not just a matter of economics or career, it's a significant life responsibility. Many young people choose not to marry, not because they're shirking responsibility, but because they feel unprepared to provide adequate support for a future family. Against this backdrop, the marriage and relationship market has undergone profound changes. Obstetrics wards are closing, baby formula sits unsold, kindergartens lack students, and there's an oversupply of teachers. These are all symptoms of a cooling marriage economy. Marriage is no longer a casual decision. It now involves deeper economic pressures, the assurance of quality of life, and expectations for the future. Today, marriage has evolved from a social duty into a weighty responsibility, one that fills a growing number of young people with fear. Sky-high housing prices, rising living costs, and the ever-present threat of economic crises have gradually eroded enthusiasm for marriage. What's even more striking is that whether young people choose marriage or singledom, it's no longer a question of right or wrong. The changes in society and the times have granted everyone more room to choose, and in making these decisions, young people are acting rationally for themselves and their potential future families. Marriage, singledom, or late marriage are no longer simple moral issues. They are practical considerations and reflections of personal responsibility.
The video is coming to an end, and if you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing. I'll keep updating with content you love, and your support is my biggest motivation to keep going. Also, feel free to leave any suggestions in the comments. I'll be picking some of your feedback from there, and those selected will get a mysterious reward from me.